a kind of ache that has no funeral, no grave to visit, no door to close, just an empty space where the answer should be. And 1,000 prayers nobody knows. It's a test that never changes, the call that never comes, the hope you keep returning to when your strength is almost done. And no, it almost feel kinda, at least then you could grieve and go. But silence stretches like a winter only heaven seems to know. So I will walk through the weight with tears in my prayer and faith in my shaking. I will pour out my soul when the silence feels loud and my heart is breaking. If all I have is a whisper, if all I have is your name, then I will bring you my empty hands and trust you through the way. Hannah knew the weight of longing. Year by year the wound stayed raw. Same old ache, same cruel reminder, same sharp grief in the house of God. Pin in her head what Hannah prayed for and used it like a blade, turning blessing into torment, twisting mercy into pain. And the hardest truth was this one: God himself had closed the door. What do you do when heaven holds back the very thing you're asking for? You walk through the weight with tears in your prayer and faith in your breaking. You pour out your soul when the silence feels loud and your heart is shaking. When no one else can read you, when even the priest gets it wrong, you let God hear the unfiltered cry you've been carrying for so long. She came run before the altar, no polished words, no careful frame, just bitterness of soul and anguish, and a desperate heart that called his name. Her lips moved, but no sound followed, and Eli thought she'd lost her way. But heaven knew the difference between drunkenness and grief that prays. I have poured out my soul before you. That was all she had to say. And somehow in that holy spilling, something in her shifted place. She walked through the way, still childless then, but no longer drowning. Nothing outside had changed, but inside the burden was finally bowing. She ate, she stood, she worshipped. Her face no longer worn the same, because being hurt by God can steady what no answer yet has changed. And when the answer finally came, she named the child from heaven's ear, Samuel, heard by God, a living memory through the years. And then the one she waited for, the son she begged the heavens for, she placed back in the hands of God and trusted him with even more. That's what the weight had built inside her, not just longing but open hands, not just hope but deep surrender to a wiser, kinder plan. Sometimes the weight is answers. I may not feel enough, but if you place me here on purpose, then your grace will be enough. I won't let fear make me silent. I won't let comfort make me miss the moment heaven brought me to, for such a time as this. Then the word came down like thunder, death was signed and set in place, and the only one with access was the girl with hidden faith. To stay quiet meant survival, to speak up meant she might die. There was no safe and easy road, just the truth and just the choice. And Mordecai said, don't forget it, you are here for more than this. Who can say if all your story was not leading to this risk? That's when purpose stopped being theory, stopped being some distant dream. It became a door before her and she had to step in. So if this is the room you made for me, then I will walk in trembling, but I will still believe. I may not have the answers, I may not feel enough, but if you place me here on purpose, then your grace will be enough. I won't let fear make me silent. I won't let comfort make me miss the moment heaven brought me to, for such a time as this. If I perish, but I will not turn away. I will fast, I will pray, I will trust you all the way. Not because I feel courageous, not because I know the end, but because you do not place me in a room you won't walk in. So let my hidden years have meaning, let the wait improve its worth. Let the pain I didn't choose become a door for someone else on earth. Let me speak for those who tremble, let me stand for those dismissed. If you put me in this moment, then I was born for more than this. Yes, this is the room you made for me, so I will walk in trembling, but I will still believe. I may not have the answers, I may not feel enough, but if you place me here on purpose, then your grace will be enough. I will open up my mouth now, I will not let fear resist the holy work you brought me to, for such a time as this. Yes, I will trust the hand that placed me, for such a time as this. There's a kind of ache that won't leave you alone. When you see what's broken and it feels like your own. A family in pieces, a church grown cold, a neighborhood unsafe, a story growing old. Everybody sees it, everybody knows, but most keep walking like the rubble's just the road. And something in your chest says no, this matters still. And you realize the burden may be more than just a feel. Maybe that weight is not random, maybe those tears are not small. Maybe God lets you feel the ruins because He means to have you build a wall. So I'll pick up the first stone, even if I don't know how it all goes, even if I'm not the expert, even if the whole thing feels impossible. If you broke my heart for this, Lord, then you must be calling me close. I don't need the whole blueprint, I just need the grace to pick up the first stone. Nehemiah wasn't a prophet, wasn't a priest with a grand parade, just a cupbearer in a palace, far from the mess that had been made. Comfort ensues, a steady position, no obvious reason to get involved. Then one report came down like thunder, the gates are burned, the walls are gone. And he could have sighed and gone back to serving, said that's tragic and moved right on. But he sat down and wept for days, fasted, prayed, let the burden stay. Before he ever moved a stone, before he ever formed a plan, he let the rubble break his heart and took the whole thing to God's hand. So I'll pick up the first stone, after I wept, after I prayed alone, after I let you search the ruins, after I stopped pretending nothing's wrong. If you broke my heart for this, Lord, then I won't keep just passing on. I don't need a perfect resume, I just need the grace to pick up the first stone. Then came the king with the question hanging, what do you need, what do you ask? And right between the fear and speaking, Nehemiah prayed through the gap, yeah. That little prayer in the throne room moment, the breath-sized cry no one else heard, carried more weight than any speech, because heaven moved before he spoke a word. He got the timber, got the letters, got the favor for the road ahead. Months on his knees, shaped minutes with the king, that's how impossible doors get opened. And in the dark he walked the damage, saw the broken for himself, and called the people to the work that had been waiting on someone else. So let us rise and build together. Start with the wall nearest where we live. I don't have to fix the whole world, just the piece that you placed in my hands to mend. If you broke my heart for this, Lord, then I know you mean for me to begin. I don't need to hold the whole city, I just need the faith to pick up the first stone. And the critics will come, they always do, mocking the mortar, laughing at truth. Threats in the inbox, rumors in the air, trying to pull you off the wall into meetings that go nowhere. But I am doing a great work, I cannot come down now. Why should the building stop just to answer every crowd? I'll hold a tool in one hand and with the other I'll guard the ground, because real rebuilding is holy warfare, and I won't come down. So I'll pick up the first stone, even if decades of damage stand in front of me, even if I'm just a servant, even if I feel too small for what I see. You make builders out of burning hearts, and walls rise where faith learns to believe. One stone, one prayer, one family, one day, that's how the ruins leave. So I'll pick up the first stone and trust you for the rest of what I can't yet see.